Look at what stars deal with. Look what the Kardashians and these people deal with, where people get on and fuck.
Well, they just ignore now. They just you're turning.
Yeah, but
you're taking down that fourth wall.
Now YouTube videos have this fucking great family, little kids and stuff, and the dad. And they sang Baba O'Reilly. It's so fucking good, and they sang like "Come Together." But he turned the comments off. You can't comment on it. Comments on YouTube are done. He's like, no comments. So he just puts it up, and you got likes. It was so great, like 91 dislikes. Get the fuck out of here. It was so good.
Yeah, it's a tough borderline because I'm with you with freedom of speech and our amendments and rights. You have to have that, but at a certain point, if it doesn't help anything and it's just negative, I don't know why we would support that.
Well,
when it comes to trolling, like it shouldn't just be the Wild West.
No, the way you do it is, I think that a company that you use, so YouTube. Well, we already do this. YouTube, Instagram, they've taken a lot of heat for it, but they will censor you if you are, they will take you off YouTube. I mean, they will take you off if you are being this insulting, right?
No, they won't.
People have been taken off YouTube.
Yeah, isn't there like a terms of service where if you breach it and you're like too much of a bully,
No, people get taken off YouTube all the time. They get banned from Twitter and stuff.
But if they upload a video trolling someone, but not because comments.
Well, no, comments too, like Twitter, when you say certain bad things, I mean, what's his name was on.
Yeah, you'll be in Twitter jail for a while.
If there's racist stuff or something like that, but if you're just trolling, they're not going to do anything.
Sometimes, though, it's not racist stuff. Sometimes it's like just insulting shit, which was what Jack Dorsey took so much shit for because he runs a huge company. There are people underneath him that were like deeming some of these things to be.
Well, have you seen what Instagram did so kids aren't so glued to and put all their value on Instagram is you can't see likes anymore.
Right.
Like you can't see how many followers I have.
So that's what I'm saying is there are ways to
you can still they were testing it out.
Did they go back? I thought they kept it.
Yeah, they were talking about that, right? But
they took it away for a while, which I thought was brilliant.
Yeah, what I'm saying is I don't know if it has to be a law. I'm saying the company itself can create their own rules, social rules, right? Mm-hmm. Which they do have, but they get shit for it too. So now
but
YouTube,
who's going to stop using YouTube or Instagram because I can't hate on somebody?
Well, YouTube has an automatic. They just wrote an article about this. They have an automatic deletion. It's an algorithm deletes if you insult the Chinese party with two particular phrases: 50 Cent party. And another thing, it automatically goes away.
The Chinese?
Even if you say something nice about the Chinese Communist Party. So that's an algorithm that was deemed by somebody at YouTube or some people as deemed derogatory toward Chinese 50 Cent party for whatever reason. I can't remember. It was you joined the party for 50 cents. It was something about that. Yeah. But so there's Google was contacted by The Spectator or someone asking for comments. They haven't gotten back to him yet, but they noticed that there were certain phrases that would automatically get deleted. Problem is that, again, now we're dealing with sticky shit because they're taking a lot of shit for it. So, but I do agree that when it comes to teens, I agree.
It's not that you can't do anything.
Look, I think if a bunch of teenagers, a bunch of like
12-year-olds
are ganging up on one 12-year-old, we have to do something about it. And if it's cyber, it's bullying. If you saw them doing it in the schoolyard, you'd be like, hey, what the fuck is this?
You don't do anything.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to combat it, I guess. I guess you could block everybody.
Yeah. I mean, you as parents, you'd have to tell your kid, like, there's a separation between, like, don't take it seriously. But as your kid, you can't.
But you know what the problem is? Social media is so new. We don't know the repercussions. All we're seeing is suicide rate super high. We know some celebrities suffer from they suffer from depression because of the comments they get.
Yeah, this is like the new CTE. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. We have friends who've dealt with it and gone into deep depressions.
Just from the comments and shit and trolling?
Yeah, dude. You know, you put something out there.
Rogan always says, just don't read the comments.
Yeah.
Like, I know.
That's what I do, man.
I do really good at it, but then sometimes you need to slip or...
But it's like, do you want to dive into that pool? Like, you know what's there. Like, very rarely do you ever go into YouTube comments and you're like, I feel great. I'm glad I did
Never.
That. You know, I want to do this sketch where...
Neil had a great bit on YouTube comments.
Oh, I want to do this one sketch where it's like, it's like Lord of the Rings and I'm saying goodbye to my family at the village. Like, I have to go into the YouTube comments and then it's like... it's like, shing, shing, shing.
Yeah.
I've never once read a YouTube comment.
No, I never have either. I don't read them, but the problem is I have family members that'll read them.
Oh, dude.
So I have family that follow it, and they're like, these fucking assholes. I'm like, hey, I don't want to care about it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, my mom would call me. She'd be like, I saw you uploaded that video. Did you read that one guy, like, X92 said, suck my dick? Did you read? Like, yeah, mom, I read it. I don't.
What do you want me to do, Mom?
Yeah.
When I was doing a shitty TV show one time.
Wait, which
And
one?
my
This
mother-
was Seventh Heaven, because I love that show.
No,
Don't
no,
clown on
definitely
Seventh
not that
Heaven.
one.
Yeah.
dude.
But my mother would read all the comments. She would read. This is before social media. She would read the critics.
blogs and shit?
She'd read
Oh,
the critics.
no.
And she'd be so mad that she would write the critics back a letter. I'm like, this is not. Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
do they-
The critic, first of all, is kind of right. Number one. Number two, relax.
That'd be funny. The critic writes a retraction, like after being contacted by.
You know what? After talking
Like,
to
they don't know
Count's
how
mom,
much
she made
work
some good points.
You've been doing so much work. It takes so much work to do this, and they're so spiteful. I'm like, well, listen, this is the business, and they're kind of right.
Yeah, maybe.
My
but
dad.
You got to stay out of comments, man. If you're not selling tickets on the road, if you're not sold on the road, no one's watching podcasts, and you don't have a follow on Instagram, you're getting hate on for a reason.
Yeah. And your fans will follow you. Like the ones who don't like you, who gives a shit? But like you keep putting content out, your fans will gravitate
Bill
towards it.
Burr
And you
said-
But it's
build-
only the bigger you get, the worse it's gonna get.
Yes, that's kind of
It's
what's,
gonna be 70. It's gonna be 8. Well, really, it's gonna be 90-10.
that's what felt
Right.
good about
Bill Burr said that. Bill Burr goes, I can't believe you say it, because you can say that. You can say everything you want. He goes, fucking, they 8 people on Twitter that hate you are the ones.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
And
They're not real.
fine. Like
Not real.
like I've been getting a little more, and that's just I've realized I'm kind of happy about it. Where like obviously you don't want to get trolled or hate on, but it's just a testament that you're getting bigger.
Yeah.
And it's just by sheer statistics, not everyone's gonna like you, and that just means you're reaching more people. So if you're getting more hate, it just means your reach is
Yes.
getting further.
And sometimes the comments are helpful. Like
I see. I hate when people say that.
No, because
I don't
for me,
agree.
when I did Rogan one time, I did an Indian accent, and
Which
it was
is hilarious.
and
You're like, I was doing
making
Rogan, I
fun.
did brown face, and
No. Yeah, yeah, I
comments
did
let me know
brown
that that's not the thing we do anymore.
Right.
So I don't do that.
No, I was.
So I don't do it
making-
anymore.
was
It used to be a
making
big
fun
staple of my
something.
podcast.
I don't do the brown face.
Like,
I don't do.
time to do Rogan.
But all the guy said was, he goes,
Bro, how are you, Rogan? Okay.
"How are you,
How are you, Rogan? Oh.
Rogan?" The guy goes. All the guy said was, he goes, "Hey, Brian, just keep in mind that some Indian people actually listen to Rogan, and when you do those comments, it's kind of a bummer." I went, I hurt this guy's feelings.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll never do that again. I'll never do. It just didn't dawn on me.
You know, sometimes when it's couched like that too, just like this is how I felt, I still love you or whatever. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
I was like,
but when
fuck.
they come out like, fuck you,
Yeah.
you're gonna be on the defensive.
No, this guy slayed
You're not
me.
gonna take the note. But if you're like, I'm Indian and that makes me feel, you're like,
Yeah.
oh man,
Dude, it
Yeah.
slayed me. He goes, just keep in mind
Is he Indian?
he goes, keep in mind Indian people like myself listen to you. And when
like
you do
that-
those
that had a-
accents and it's kind of derogatory, it's kind of a bummer. I was like, I wrote him back. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I swear to God, I can tell you all about Indian culture.
I'm
I
not a
lived there.
racist.
My sister was born in Bombay.
Here's
I
a
was-
picture of me
I was-
eating chicken
Fuck,
tikka
I was
masala.
such I wrote in 2 paragraphs. So I was like, this is a long time ago. And I've never forgot it. It was back when I was doing Rogan's podcast in his, not his garage, but he had this shitty room.
Damn, like Rogan
Yeah.
1.0.
Yeah, literally.
Red Band was the producer.
Not even. I did Rogan's podcast when it was just he and I with 2 shitty mics. Like back in the fucking way day.
How crazy
should
just to
get a
see
cut,
that.
dude.
You know what it was? It was when I said to him, the internet is only 5,000 days old. And he went, it is? And I go, isn't that crazy? That's how long ago I did Rogan's.
Jesus.
I said the internet's only 5,000 days old. And it was. Thank you, everybody.
What else you got?
But hey, Brian, but when you do stuff like when you do the Asian accents, you're just joking around. It's actually funny though. So some people don't.
It's funny depending on the context.
I don't know what you did on the
Yeah,
Indian
it's funny
thing, though,
depending
yeah.
on the content. I think
I don't
with
know
me,
if you were
people
doing
know.
like, Slurpees.
You know what
I
found?
was talking about how like India's got 1 billion people and they don't win a lot of Olympic medals. Maybe that's something about not being as athletic a country. I don't know what I said. Maybe
okay.
I said I can beat up the whole country. Something like that. Whatever it was wasn't
good at
cool.
cricket,
it
dude.
wasn't cool. And of course I didn't mean anything mean, but I didn't even know what I was doing until somebody said,
Well, my brother said we'll get emails and be like, I feel bad for Chin and Kat when Brendan and Brian do Asian accents or whatever. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's
trust me,
fair.
if I thought it was bad to do them from, we wouldn't be doing it.
Well,
if they weren't okay with it, we hurt their feelings.
it also
we
helps that
wouldn't
Kat and Chin are American.
I'm not.
do it. Well, Chin was born in Korea.
Yeah, but
I was born
you
in
know.
Korea, but yeah, I'm Americanized. What were you gonna say for him?
I forget. Oh yeah, I found that like the better you are at a foreign accent, like even if you're not that race, if you nail it, all is forgiven.
Oh
if
yeah, we
it's,
love
if
it.
it's pitch perfect,
Yeah.
If you're white and you do an Asian accent, people don't give a fuck.
Well, like
but
that-
if the further you are,
Right, right.
if it's an
If it's
approximation,
bad-
people are like, that's
Bro.
racist.
Well,
but if you're
what's-
right on,
what's
Angela Johnson.
Angela
Yeah, she's
Johnson doing the
amazing.
crypto gel.
Yeah, the
Crypto
Vietnamese
gel?
accent is so good.
She's so spot on.
Dude, I did my African accent about the rhino thing. I don't know if you've seen it. This comic he's African. He's from fucking. He was over there. He was from Ghana or something, and he came up to me and he goes, "Dude, I was ready to go bat on you the minute I saw you talking about Africa, and when I heard your accent and the words you were using and the placement," he goes, "Mad respect." I was like, "Yes!"
Yeah.
I was scared. He's big.
Did you double down and go blackface?
I sure did. I do it in blackface,
Yes.
and that's yeah, it was. You're right. You're
Yeah.
fucking right. Because he goes, you took the time to really study the cadence, and I'm also talking about how this guy embarrassed me because he was smarter than I was.
It shows that it's kind of a love letter then, rather than in like a loose approximation.
You're not making fun
like,
of them.
fuck
No,
this.
that's how certain people speak. There's nothing wrong with doing an accent.
Like Santino's. Have you heard Santino's Indian accent?
No.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not Indian, so I don't know, but it sounds pretty.
Don't know any
sounds
redheaded
pretty-
Indians, but yeah.
Yeah, but
pretty good,
he had this bit at the Laugh Factory where he would say he was adopted by an Indian family, and that's why he talks that way. So he went on stage that way, and he did like 6 minutes just talking about like how he's like a ginger
He's
Indian
so
guy.
funny.
Yeah.
He should be censored. No.
What else you
I'll
got?
tell you this right now.
Yeah.
Watch your tone.
Okay. What's going to happen? What are you going to do? Use some of that boxing you've been doing?
Don't you fucking disrespect.